Do not spend these coins. Seriously, check your pocket now, because the old coins hiding in your change could be a hidden treasure worth serious money. Welcome back to Hidden US Coins. Today, we're counting down the top 4 most valuable ultra-rare wheat pennies, Roosevelt dimes, and Kennedy half dollars that collectors are fighting to own. These coins are hidden wealth, silent fortunes hiding in plain sight, and every single coin gets bigger, rarer, and more shocking than the last. Some tiny detail changes everything, and if you miss it, you could accidentally spend a life-changing opportunity. Stay with me until the very end, because the final coin is absolutely unbelievable. First coin number 1. The first coin on today's countdown may look like nothing more than an old brown penny, but don't let its worn appearance fool you. This is the 1927 wheat penny with no mint mark, in very fine condition, and this quiet little coin has shocked collectors again and again. This is exactly the kind of hidden treasure people unknowingly spend every single day. It blends in with ordinary pocket change, yet one small detail could mean you're holding a silent fortune instead of a single cent. This is not fiction, and this detail changes everything. Back in 1927, America was living through the final years of the Roaring Twenties. Businesses were booming on the surface, but underneath, economic pressure and uncertainty were quietly building before everything would change just a couple of years later. The United States Mint was working hard to keep coins flowing through the country as commerce expanded, and millions of pennies entered circulation to be used every day. Most disappeared into decades of heavy use, damage, and neglect, making original survivors far harder to find than most people realize. Turn the coin over in your hand, and you'll see why collectors never get tired of the classic wheat penny design. On the front stands Abraham Lincoln with strong, familiar features that Americans have recognized for generations. Flip it over, and those beautiful wheat ears frame the words 1 cent, giving the coin the timeless look that has become one of the most loved designs in American history. Even after nearly a century, this design still captures attention the moment collectors see an untouched original example. This little coin may be small, but it has a solid feel that reminds you it was built to last. It was struck from a bronze alloy made mostly of copper with small amounts of tin and zinc, giving it that rich brown color collectors love. It weighs about 3.11 grams, measures approximately 19.05 millimeters across, and has a thickness close to 1.5 millimeters. When you hold one, it feels like a genuine piece of American history instead of just another old penny. Now here's where things become exciting. This coin has no mint mark, meaning it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. Many people ignore Philadelphia coins because they think no mint mark means nothing special. That's exactly why valuable examples continue slipping through people's hands. Collectors examine every tiny detail, from the sharpness of Lincoln's beard to the lettering, the wheat stalks, the natural color, and even the original surface texture. One untouched coin can stand out dramatically from thousands that have been cleaned, polished, or damaged. Originality is everything. That beautiful brown shade, developed naturally over decades, tells a story that cannot be recreated. Never clean this coin. Even a gentle cleaning can permanently remove the original surface and destroy the very characteristics serious collectors want most. The natural toning, honest circulation, and untouched appearance often make bidders far more excited than an unnaturally shiny coin. Professional grading is absolutely critical because experts can confirm authenticity, condition, and originality before major collectors compete for it. And when collectors compete, things become surprisingly intense. Auction rooms often grow quiet just before aggressive bidding suddenly begins. Experienced collectors know that truly original examples become harder to replace every year. Many buyers aren't purchasing these coins to flip them quickly. They're holding them tightly because supply keeps shrinking while collector demand continues growing. That's why exceptional examples have reached today's market value of $295,000, turning what looks like an ordinary old penny into hidden wealth capable of changing someone's financial future. If you ever come across a 1927 wheat penny with no mint mark, don't assume it's just another old coin. Look carefully at the date, study the surfaces, protect its original color, and resist every temptation to clean it. Patience can make all the difference because one small mistake may erase incredible value forever. Do not spend this coin. Instead, have it professionally graded before making any decision, because that ordinary-looking penny could actually be a silent fortune hiding in plain sight. And believe me, don't go anywhere yet, because the next coin on this countdown is even rarer, even more shocking, and features a tiny detail that many people completely overlook. That hidden clue has turned an ordinary-looking coin into one of the biggest treasure stories collectors can't stop talking about. Stay till the end, because what comes next is even bigger. Next coin number 2. If you think that old wheat penny was unbelievable, don't blink, because the next coin is even more dangerous to ignore. Thousands of people have handled this coin, spent it without a second thought, and unknowingly let a hidden fortune disappear forever. This is the 1960 Roosevelt dime with no mint mark in fine condition, showing a beautiful natural gray shade. And this tiny coin proves that the biggest treasures don't always come in the biggest packages. This is not fiction. This is one of those hidden treasure coins that collectors quietly search for while everyone else keeps spending them. Do not spend this coin because one small detail could completely change its story. The year 1960 was a fascinating time in American history. The country was experiencing rapid growth, industries were expanding, and millions of Americans depended on coins every single day for ordinary purchases. The United States Mint worked tirelessly to produce enormous numbers of circulating coinage to keep up with demand. During periods of high production, tiny differences in striking quality, preservation, and survival often became the very details that collectors would obsess over decades later. Most of these dimes were used hard, dropped into cash registers, carried in pockets, and eventually worn down until only a small number survived with attractive original surfaces. The Roosevelt dime itself carries an important piece of American history. The front proudly features President Franklin D. Roosevelt with a strong portrait that has become instantly recognizable across generations. Turn the coin over and you'll find the classic torch standing between an olive branch and an oak branch, representing liberty, peace, and strength. The design looks simple at first glance, but experienced collectors study every line, every letter, and every tiny detail because that's where hidden value often begins. Although this coin is small enough to disappear into a pile of loose change, it has a solid and unmistakable feel in your hand. The 1960 Roosevelt dime was struck in an alloy made of 90% silver and 10% copper, giving it a rich metallic appearance and that beautiful natural gray tone collectors admire. It weighs approximately 2.5 grams, measures about 17.9 millimeters across, and has a thickness of roughly 1.35 millimeters. Those physical characteristics have remained familiar for generations, yet very few people ever stop to examine them closely before spending the coin. Now here's the detail that catches serious collectors' attention. This coin has no mint mark, meaning it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Many people mistakenly believe a missing mint mark makes a coin ordinary, but experienced collectors know that's only the beginning of the story. They carefully inspect the sharpness of Roosevelt's hair, the lettering, the date, the torch, and the branches on the reverse. They also look closely at the untouched gray surface, because original toning can separate an average-looking coin from one that creates real excitement in the collecting world. This detail changes everything. Finding one today with honest circulation and beautiful original surfaces is becoming increasingly difficult. Time has not been kind to these dimes. Many were lost forever, melted, damaged, scratched, or polished until their original character disappeared. That's why collectors place such enormous importance on originality. Never clean this coin. A bright, polished surface may look attractive to an inexperienced owner, but to serious buyers, it often destroys the very history and originality they are willing to pay for. Natural gray toning tells the coin's real story, and once it's removed, it can never truly be replaced. Auction rooms reveal just how strong the demand has become. Bidders often remain surprisingly quiet, while carefully watching each offer before suddenly competing with remarkable determination for an exceptional original example. Many collectors refuse to sell once they secure one, because they know the supply continues shrinking while interest keeps growing. That combination creates serious excitement whenever an attractive survivor appears. Today, exceptional examples have reached a market value of $214,000, transforming what most people see as an ordinary dime into hidden wealth, a silent fortune, and a life-changing opportunity. So the next time you receive an old Roosevelt dime in your change, slow down before you spend it. Check the date carefully. Look for the missing mint mark. Examine the original gray color, the sharp details, and the overall condition. Do not spend this coin. Never clean it, because original toning matters far more than artificial shine. If you believe you've found an exceptional example, professional grading is critical. Experts can verify its authenticity, preservation, and overall quality before you make any decision. Patience is often the difference between losing a fortune and discovering one. But don't relax yet, because the next coin on this countdown takes the mystery to an entirely different level. What you're about to see has left collectors fighting, auction prices soaring, and ordinary people wondering if they've already spent one without realizing it. Stay till the end, because the next hidden treasure is even rarer, even more valuable, and far more shocking than anything you've seen so far. Next coin, number 3. Just when you think you've seen the biggest hidden treasure, another unbelievable coin appears. The next coin is one that thousands of people have probably ignored, tossed into jars, or spent without a second thought. That could be one of the most expensive mistakes they ever make. This is the 1939 wheat penny with no mint mark, in very good condition, and despite its worn appearance, it could be hiding an incredible secret. This old penny is proof that hidden wealth doesn't always shine. Sometimes, the dirtiest-looking coins become the biggest surprises. Do not spend this coin, because what you're about to hear is something most people never discover. The year 1939 was a remarkable turning point in American history. The United States was still recovering from the hardships of the Great Depression while watching growing uncertainty across the world. Families valued every single cent, and coins passed through countless hands as people worked hard to stretch every dollar. The United States Mint continued producing circulating coins under demanding conditions, and millions of wheat pennies entered everyday commerce. Decades of heavy circulation, loss, and damage have dramatically reduced the number of attractive original survivors that collectors search for today. One look at this classic wheat penny explains why it remains one of America's favorite coins. The front proudly displays Abraham Lincoln with the familiar portrait that has represented strength and history for generations. Turn it over and you'll see the famous wheat ears surrounding the bold words, 1 cent, creating one of the most recognizable reverse designs ever placed on an American coin. Even after all these years, collectors still become excited whenever they discover an untouched example with honest originality. Although it's only a 1-cent coin, it has a solid, reassuring feel that reminds you it was built to survive daily life. The 1939 wheat penny was struck from a bronze alloy made primarily of copper with small amounts of tin and zinc, giving it the warm color and natural aging that collectors appreciate. It weighs approximately 3.11 grams, measures about 19.05 millimeters in diameter, and has a thickness of around 1.5 millimeters. Those familiar dimensions may seem ordinary, but experienced collectors know that originality matters far more than size. Now comes the tiny detail that changes everything. This coin has no mint mark, meaning it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Many people overlook Philadelphia coins because they assume a missing mint mark means nothing special. Serious collectors know better. They inspect every tiny feature, from the shape of the date and the lettering to Lincoln's hair, the wheat stalks, the rims, and the untouched surfaces. Even in very good condition, an original coin with honest wear tells a genuine story that cannot be recreated. That authenticity is exactly what experienced buyers are searching for. Surviving examples become harder to find every single year. Countless pennies from 1939 were spent until nearly smooth, thrown away, damaged, bent, or cleaned by well-meaning owners trying to make them look newer. Unfortunately, cleaning is one of the fastest ways to destroy collector interest. Never clean this coin. The natural aging, original color, and genuine surface are part of its identity. Once those original surfaces disappear, they can never truly be restored. That's why professional grading is so important. Experts carefully examine the coin, verify its authenticity, and confirm whether the surfaces remain original before serious collectors are willing to compete. And compete they certainly do. Auction rooms often become surprisingly tense whenever an attractive original 1939 wheat penny appears. Experienced buyers know these coins rarely come along with untouched character, so bidding can suddenly become aggressive. Many collectors purchase them with no intention of selling, because every year fewer quality examples remain available while interest continues to grow around the world. That powerful combination keeps demand strong and supply shrinking. Today, exceptional examples have reached an astonishing market value of $210,000, turning what most people consider an ordinary old penny into hidden wealth, a silent fortune, and a life-changing opportunity. So before you spend another old wheat penny, stop and take a closer look. Check the date carefully. Look for the missing mint mark. Study the original surfaces instead of focusing only on how shiny the coin appears. Do not spend this coin. Never clean it, because original toning and honest wear are exactly what serious collectors want to see. If you think you've found an exceptional example, have it professionally graded before making any decision. Patience can protect a fortune that many people accidentally throw away. And don't leave now, because the final coin on today's countdown is the one collectors dream about finding. Its story is even more shocking. Its rarity is on another level, and one tiny detail has turned it into a hidden treasure that could completely change someone's life. Stay till the end, because the biggest surprise is still waiting. Next coin number 4. You've made it to the final coin, and believe me, this one changes everything. If you thought the previous coins were unbelievable, wait until you hear about this hidden treasure. Thousands of people have seen Kennedy half-dollars sitting in drawers, old piggy banks, inherited collections, or even mixed with loose change, never realizing one of them could represent a silent fortune. This is the 1989 Kennedy half-dollar with the D mint mark in very fine condition, showing an attractive silver appearance that immediately grabs collectors' attention. It may look like just another old 50-cent coin, but don't let appearances fool you. This is exactly the kind of hidden wealth that people accidentally overlook every single day. Do not spend this coin because one tiny detail could make all the difference. The year 1989 marked another important chapter in American history. The country was experiencing major political and economic changes, while technology continued moving the nation into a new era. Although cash remained a normal part of everyday life, fewer Kennedy half-dollars were actively circulating than in previous decades. Many people simply saved them instead of spending them, making high-quality, original examples much harder to encounter in ordinary pocket change today. That unusual circulation pattern has only increased the mystery surrounding attractive, surviving pieces. The Kennedy half-dollar has always been one of the most admired American coin designs. The front proudly displays President John F. Kennedy with a bold portrait that symbolizes strength, hope, and history. Turn the coin over, and you'll find the impressive presidential seal with its eagle spreading powerful wings while holding arrows and an olive branch. The detailed design gives the coin a commanding presence that immediately stands out from smaller denominations, and collectors carefully examine every tiny feature, looking for exceptional originality. Holding this coin feels completely different from holding a penny or a dime. Its larger size gives it a satisfying weight and presence in your hand. This half-dollar weighs approximately 11.34 grams, measures about 30.6 millimeters in diameter, and has a thickness of roughly 2.15 millimeters. While regular 1989D circulating half-dollars were struck on a copper-nickel-clad planchet, collectors become especially interested when a coin displays an unusual silver appearance or other characteristics that warrant expert examination. Those unusual traits are exactly why professional authentication becomes so important. Now comes the detail that serious collectors never ignore. The small D mint mark beneath Kennedy's portrait identifies the coin as having been struck at the Denver Mint. To most people, that tiny letter means almost nothing. To experienced collectors, it's the beginning of a much deeper investigation. They study the strike quality, the lettering, the edges, the luster, the natural surfaces, and every tiny mark left by the minting process. One subtle characteristic can separate an ordinary-looking coin from a remarkable discovery. This detail changes everything. Finding one with beautiful original surfaces after decades is becoming increasingly difficult. Many coins have been scratched, polished, cleaned, or otherwise damaged by owners who believed shiny meant valuable. In reality, serious collectors usually want the opposite. They want originality. Never clean this coin. Original toning, natural surfaces, and honest preservation often carry far greater appeal than an artificially bright finish. Once those original surfaces disappear, so does much of the collector interest. Professional grading is critical because trained experts can determine authenticity, originality, and condition before the coin enters the marketplace. When an exceptional example reaches a major auction, the atmosphere can become incredibly intense. Experienced collectors know opportunities like this do not appear every day. Quiet rooms suddenly erupt into determined bidding as buyers compete for coins they may never see again. Many collectors hold these pieces for years because demand keeps rising while truly desirable examples become harder to locate. That powerful combination has helped exceptional pieces achieve today's market value of $187,000, transforming what most people see as an ordinary $half into hidden wealth, serious money, and a life-changing opportunity. So before you ignore another Kennedy $half, slow down and inspect it carefully. Check the 1989 date, confirm the D mint mark, study the original surfaces, and resist every temptation to clean it. Do not spend this coin. Protect its natural appearance because originality matters. If you believe you've found an exceptional example, have it professionally graded before making any decision. One careful choice today could protect a hidden treasure that many people unknowingly spend or overlook. And that's exactly why checking your spare change has never been more exciting. Hidden treasures are still out there, quietly waiting to be discovered by someone willing to pay attention. The next silent fortune could be sitting in your pocket, hiding inside an old coin jar, or waiting in a family collection that nobody has examined for years. If you enjoyed today's countdown, make sure you subscribe to Hidden US Coins, turn on notifications, and never miss another rare coin alert. Every week we uncover incredible hidden treasures, silent fortunes, and valuable US coins that most people accidentally spend without a second thought. Remember, the next life-changing coin could already belong to you. You just haven't looked closely enough. Until next time, keep checking every coin, because your biggest treasure might be hiding in plain sight.